Good evening and welcome to the Screaming Eagles matchup versus the Colorado Springs Miners. I was talking to one of the parents from the other team, and the Miners are a group of kids from the Colorado Springs area. There's a team in the MacKinnon group and a team in the McCarr group. Looking at their stats, they are 3-5-2. Pretty good wins, actually. They beat the Stars and they tied the Stars early in the season. They 3 losses. They did lose to Creek 4-1. They lost to East 5-1, and the Monarchs 7-4. So they put up some goals against Monarch, which last weekend the Valor Screaming Eagles were unable to do. So let's get into the lines. We got a few kids that are out, some injuries. Still, it's fall break, and I know that Max and Kane Coffey, I think, are on the West Coast visiting the lovely town of Santa Barbara. I think I saw him checking out Westmont, and I saw a picture from UCSB, which happens to be where I went to school as well. So we'll have 4 lines and 2 defensive pairings. Start with the defense. We've got number 9, Jackson King, skating with Jack McKiddo. Jackson and Jack. Jackson O'Donnell is still injured. I don't know the extent of that injury. The second defensive pairing is Foy and Gogol. So again, just 2 defensive pairings tonight. On offense, we've got a little bit of a shuffling of lines as the kids get back to healthy. On the Gabe Fisher line is Bodine and Charles. So Bodine is skating with Maddox Charles, who they skated together last year. The Baker line is now Sorensen and Dawson Charles on the wings there. Sorensen and Dawson Charles skated together last year too, so Dawson rounds into form. It's going to be a great matchup there. We've got Canapari centering a line with Deep, and then the next line is Purchase at center, skating with Tarbert and Bevan. So probably a little bit of mixing and matching there on the forward sides and keeping the centers intact. And goal, we have number 33, Ryan Havikos. In fact, I don't, oh, yep, there's Jordan. I was going to say I didn't see Lucas Jordan, but I see both goalies down there on the ice. And the clock will tick down, and we'll get this one going. And then next week, to finish the season, skating with Creek and East. So 2 good teams, and East has just been mowing teams down. So that could be a preview of final matchup to come. But first things first, coming off that loss last week, I guess on paper you'd give the advantage to the Screaming Eagles, but the Miners do have some good wins thus far this season and a pretty well-rounded matchup of kids. Their leading goal scorer, I guess we'll keep an eye out for him, is number 37, and they've got several. He's got 6 goals on the season, and they've got several kids with 4 goals. So again, some pretty even, well-rounded scoring. We'll call them the Miners, and will be hard to miss. They got these fluorescent green and black jerseys. Looks like one of the Dallas Stars retro uniforms. And the Screaming Eagles in their home white jerseys, and we'll get right started with the Gabe Fisher line out there skating with McKiddo and King on the blue line. Looking forward to this matchup. The boys had the night off last night. Hopefully they got some rest and they're ready to go. It came out hard against Monarch and then kind of fell apart, or not fell flat, not fell apart, and then put it on at the end, but was not able to tie it up. A rush at the end, and here we go. Puck drops, controlled by the Miners. Bodine gives chase, intercepted mid-ice. A little bit, this game's a little more fast-paced than the Bantam A game I was just watching on the other rink. Sent back to King. King flips it up to Bodine, see if he can start the rush. Dangerous suicide pass there to Fisher. King off the board. These lines are gonna have to get used to each other a little bit. There's up to Bodine. Bodine turns and sends it back in. There's that fast Maddox Charles on the forecheck. Can you find somebody past you? Bodine was on the back door, but he'll spin around, gets tied up, sends it in the corner, nobody's there. Now it's sent back up, and there's Foy who's now out there with King. King sends it up. Bodain tips it in. Maddox has spun off. Bodain gets knocked down. There's Dawson Charles, number 21. He spins around. He's got a change going through. Spins across one. Bounces around another. And there's Baker. He comes out with it. Tries to stick out through a couple. Leaves it. And it does not quite get through. And Sorensen turns and spins one on net. Funky bounce off the board. Good job by Dawson to get with it. But here comes the Miners. It's been all Eagles so far. Foy gently hits it off the boards, but nobody's there to collect it. Baker gives battle on the boards. There's Sorensen on the forecheck. He got some support from Dawson Charles. It's rimmed around, and the Miners are going to try to break out. Good stick there by Baker to get in the way, break that one up. Sorensen turns, spins the other way. He's got some speed. Gets around one. He's got 3 to beat, though. Gets around another one. On net. Score! Good work by Hoyt Sorensen. Goes wide on one. Pass back behind his back to himself. Sharp angle 5-hole, and that's like that. Sorensen is on the board. 1-0 Screaming Eagles just under 2 minutes into the game. No real reaction. I couldn't tell if that one was in or not, but here's Hoyt, goes wide. Bass to himself, avoids the check. And goes 5-hole. Man, he had all the time. That goalie did not come out to challenge it. He could not shut it down. Good play by Sorensen. Canapari line is out working now. The King, it's flipped in. We got Maddox Charles working this line too. So Maddox seeing some double duty already. Comes out. Those blue gloves were confusing. I thought that was Max Sutter, but that's Canapari, number 28. And that is up into the netting. 15:02 left first period. So just like that, the Screaming Eagles up 1-0. So Canapari is out there with Deep and Maddox. Draws one by the Miners, kicks out to Maddox, bodies through. He gets tripped, knocks down, regroups and sends it in. Doesn't make it all the way in deep. Miners start to break out, at least they try to. It's a little bit disorganized. That's sent down for an ice. Yeah, you can tell already that the Miners are having trouble skating with the Eagles. Now we'll try the Purchase line. Out there, Purchase working with Bevan and Tarbert. And the quick D turnover. We got Foy and Gogol. Perch slides into the face-off circle. Controlled by the Miners. They turn and send it in, almost an own goal. Bevan gives chase. Good forecheck by Bevan. Good hard puck pressure there. Back into the corner, the Miners are going to try and start the breakout, and they do. And that one is sent all the way down, and it's on net, so it won't be an ice. And the goalie in Havikos, I think it's his first shot of the game. A shot from their own blue line is on net, and Havikos with the early low 5-hole shot tested early. Purchase again into the face-off circle. Draws one by the Miners. Gets a big 46. Shot doesn't get through. Gogol gets in the way. He gets their bodies collide. Some burgundy shorts there. It's like a different school that kid's from, and Purchase gets pushed off, remains on his feet. Good job sticking with it. He fishes it out. Good job by Purchase to fish that one out. Tarbert battling. Actually, that was Bevan who was battling. Now Tarbert kicks it into the zone, and he gives chase on the forecheck. Good stick work by Tarbert to stay with it, too. He spins. He still has. He sends it back down in, and Fisher gives chase to it. He's got Maddox with him. It's sent all the way back around. Now the Miners regroup. Bodain joins the group. Sticks, breaks it up, and he falls down, sent all the way back around by King. There's Maddox to play it. Back down in the corner. Fish helps. King spins around. He tries to stick it to Bodain. Bodain gets a little bit tied up. Comes all the way out to the Miners. Big hard shot wide. Pretty good screen shot, though. That shot is up into the netting. I don't know if that was deflected or just maybe it was a rolling puck. Whatever the case, up into the netting. So not the most organized shift there for the Eagles, but Baker line's back out there now. O's D-zone face-off. Baker wins it to King. King back to Dawson, tries that stretch pass to Hoy, doesn't connect, but good work. They've been working on that play. That was successful last year several times. Miners regroup, good interception there by Dawson. Baker comes through the middle, tries to go around one with that Hoyt Sorensen move. It worked on that side of the ice. Speaking of Sorensen, he leaves it for Sorensen. Sorensen saw Dawson coming through the middle, but couldn't connect with him. Fan job on the clearing attempt. Dawson tries to get it through to Hoyt, but gets caught up in a boot. He tries it again. That one's successful. Fakes a shot. Goes now. He shoots that, and now he gets a glove to the face. Good job by Hoyt not doing anything. Big 42 gives him a glove to the face. Canapari line back out there, and Canapari is working with deep, and that's Maddox out there with him. Draws one back, a little bit of no man's land, but it stays in. Good job by King keeping it in. Kicks out, but here's the Miners. They start the breakout. They've got numbers 3-on-2. Good stick by Gogol to break that up, though. Still shot. That was a shot, and that was actually a stick by King to break that up. Good stick by King to break it up, but it turns into a scoring opportunity somehow for the Miners. Oh, lucky bounce and a deflection. And that is Jordan in net. I thought that was Havikas, but that's Lucas Jordan in net. Looked at the lines earlier and thought Havikas was going to be in, but that is Jordan, so my apologies. Sent back in, delayed offsides. The boys have some time. Foy's going to take that time. Regroups behind the net. Pass to deep cross ice to Maddox. Look at the speed. Goes around one. He's got the corner. Shot, score! Gets around the corner, and I could see it from here where he was looking. Went low glove side. That was wide open. Good shot by Maddox, and he's on the board now too. 2-0. The speed of Maddox and the intelligence to know that he had the corner, and he uses the speed to get around the corner, and he could have shot several points in that goal at a perfect angle looking at it. Here we see the replay. He's got all the time in the world and goes low glove side on that goalie. Goalie had no chance. Purchase line's back out there, draws one back, controlled by MacKinnon. He's got some time. He dances, looks, no one to pass to. Someone's got to get open. He's going to shuffle around. Back to King. Now the boys are caught up there. People are just standing there. Got to get somebody to pass to. And now that's passed right to the Miners. They send it back down deep. MacKinnon's down there. Purchase, good job with the support. Bevan comes out with it. Cross ice to Tarbert. He misses the pass. All the way back down in. Oh my goodness, that Miners kid didn't play it, and Tarbert was right there, but that goalie had the shot covered up and unable to get through. Purchase in the faceoff circle, one back to King. King, good hard pass to the point. MacKinnon, deflection does not get through. Couple of Miners there. They turn and fire it back out. They start to break out, but it's a little bit of an errant pass. Here's MacKinnon. He makes a line, tries to stick handle through a couple, but he really couldn't. Now here comes the Miners. 3 to go. Go past, but they're not able to get through. Miner keeps it to himself. Fisher there with the support. Bevan backhands it, but he can't get it out of the zone. Gabe tries to get up there. Now Gabe chipped up there. Bevan, he's going to spin off for a change. Gabe has 4 to go. All 5 Miners are back. Bodine in there on the forecheck. It gets past him all the way back to Foy. Bodine joins the play, and he can't do anything with it. Sent back down into Gogol. He's got some time. He sees Maddox. Maddox on the break, leaves it for Fish. Now the ref gets in the way. That's 6 man, as they like to call it. Now here comes Maddox. He's not able to get through. A little bit of disorganized play. The attempted stick handling through the team, and that's not advised in your own zone. Foy up to Bodine. Good pass to Gabe. Gabe gets hauled down, and they're going to call a hook on that. And we'll get to see the boys go on the power play. So we'll get to see this fight. Yeah, there's Fisher. He had some speed and a little bit of a step. So not a bad penalty by that Miner kid. His stick got cut up in it, and we'll see the second power play unit out there. Baker's going to man this one at center. He's working with Purchase. Tarbert kicked it back to MacKinnon. MacKinnon dances up to Tarbert. Tarbert gets sealed off. There's nobody to support him. McKinnon cross ice to deep. Shot, saved. Oh my goodness gracious, that is shot wide. I think that was Baker missed a wide open net. I think that was deep. Spins around. He gets caught up. Down low to Baker. He's got some time now too. Gets around one. He gets tripped, and that's a penalty, but that's not called. Purchase battles to get there in the corner. Baker gives help. It's sent back down up to the top. The boys are going to regroup now. McKinnon has some time. He sends good hard shot. This was a hard shot on the ice, so potential for a deflection. Purchase to deep. Deep spins around in the corner. He's got some time. Sends it back up to McKinnon on the point. McKinnon deep. Deep spins around. He gets menaced by a minor. Down to Baker. Baker surveys. Back to deep. Good play. Goes for a give and go. Oh, and deflection up, and good play there by down low to deep, and then Baker charged the net. Baker might have been tripped there too. Look for a call. Deep spins around one. Back in the corner. Tight quarters. Baker has some time. Good stick up to Tarbert. Tarbert up to McKinnon. Good passing. Good work by this team. Oh, the deflection. Purchase was in that bumper spot, but he missed on that shot. Baker back to the corner, chipped up into the netting, and that'll do it. Good hard puck movement. And that's not what we've seen from the power play unit against Monarchs. That was very poor execution that whole game with the power play units. Like every time somebody got down, they shot. And right there, that's how you run the power play. A minute and a half of cross ice passes, setting it up. There was no shots open, so no shots taken. Good job by the boys there. Now let's see how this first power play unit does. 5-4 is back on the ice, and they've got 35 seconds left on the power play. Fish back to Bodine at charge, doesn't regroup. Sent back up to Maddox. Maddox has some time. Good cross ice pass. Sorensen turns, fires. Sent back up, can't get it out. Down low to Fisher, save. Good save by that goalie, covers it up. Holy cow. That puck kicked out, and Gabe turned and fired. Hard shot. That goalie was up for the challenge. Oh yeah, you could see him in that replay slide out with that kick save. That's always hard when there's bodies down, sticks flying. It's covered up again by the Miners, which is probably fortuitous for the Screaming Eagles, because that kid probably could have got it, sent it all the way down. But now we'll try it again. Should have one last time chance here for the boys. Puck's sent back down in. We're not able to get it up. Bodine seals it. Good work there, clogging it up. Fish is back out to Maddox. Maddox has some time. Back to Bodine. He's got some space. Good cross ice pass to Hoyt. Oh my goodness gracious. One-timer wide. Good play though. That's good, but Bodine gets tied up. Tries to get through three. Can't even get through one. Now it's the center ice. Back to Bodine. He might have another chance. Good cross ice pass to Maddox. Maddox has some time. Shot. Oh no, that goes in the side of the net. He had two guys open in front. You want Maddox to make that pass, but he shoot. Deep needs some support. Good job bodying it off as Deep and waiting for his reinforcements. There's King. He turns and sends it up to neutral zone. The Miners get there, and it's sent back down into the corner. King gets to try it again. He gets there, and he'll send it all the way back around. Bevan gives chase. Minor keep it in. Funky bounce. Here comes Bevan. He's got numbers if he hustles. Up to Deep. Deep. Oh, and he couldn't quite get it, and that is his laid off sides, and that'll kill that play. They were trying to assemble that breakout and got a little bit tied up there. Some sticks off some feet, some skates. Wasn't able to connect. Now we got Canapari. Wins a draw back to King. King will flip it in. Bevan gives chase. Bevan's working with Canapari and Deep. Canapari, good job keeping it in play. There's Bevan down in the corner, still working. Good job staying with it. Leaves it for Canapari. Puck pops out. Up top to King. King looks deflected up just over the Colorado State flag, hanging directly over the goal. Pretty good hard action there. And now we'll get to see the Baker line gets back out there. We got Baker again working with Dawson and Hoyt. Hoyt is posted up on the point. Oh, he tried to get Hoyt. Hoyt was open on that back door too. Now here come the Miners. 1-on-3, Foy's back. Top pass does not connect. There's a trailer. Shot, deflection, oh my goodness, great stick there by Foy to get in the way. Foy broke that one up. I think that if Foy wouldn't have been there, that was likely going to be a goal. So good job by Foy covering that back door. Now we're battling down in the corner, and that's another penalty. Dawson has some time to regroup. That's when the goalie needs to leave the ice. Delayed, we're waiting for to pull that goalie. I think Jordan can safely leave the net, but Hoy's gonna, and that should do it. And now we'll see the power play unit come back on the ice, and that was a high stick. Player skated straight to the bench, knew it immediately. So now we'll get to see the power play unit go to work again. But man, that PP2 unit was great. That puck movement was great. That's what you want to see late in the season. Next weekend against Easton Creek, that good puck movement. Now we'll get to see PP1 unit out there. Couple of good chances last time, which was about 2 minutes ago. Clean win back to Fish. Maddox works the top, down low to Hoyt. Hoyt, tried to go across ice to Bodine, who snuck in. Good stick by the Miners. This is where they've had some problems with the zone entry. See if they get it done this time. Maddox with some speed up to Hoyt. Hoyt's got some speed too, makes the zone easily. See if they can set it up. Spins around. All right, now they're gonna set it up. No, good job, good stick to keep it in. Dawson gets caught up with it. He gets pushed off. My goodness gracious, now this kid bodying everybody. Hoyt, that's Dawson, fishes it out. I couldn't tell what happened there, but Fish ends up with his bucket off, and he's looking around, and it looks like the ref's gonna call another penalty, though I'm not so sure why he stopped the play. Yeah, now this is a 5-on-3 and two-man advantage for 1:24, and then another 36 seconds of 5-on-4. So now let's see the boys really work the puck around for that right shot. We had a 5-on-3 last week, and it was, well, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this upcoming 5-on-3. I see some good puck movement. It might be an equipment malfunction. Something's not quite right there. They have to send in a new center. I'm not so sure what's going on here. They just need to send somebody on the ice, and they're going to send, looks like Purchase comes out onto the ice, and Purchase will get out there centering this PP1 unit. Purchase wins the draw back to Maddox to see if they can set it up. Maddox has some time to Dawson. Bodine open net, and he passes it directly to the goalie. I'm not so sure about that move there. It seemed to have plenty of time. The net was open, and he tried to scoot it into a clogged center. There was two kids there, nobody open. That's a questionable pass there. Try it again. Good clean win by Perch last time on that draw, and he wins another one pretty clean. Bodine's going to shovel it back to Maddox. Maddox going to QB this. He's got the skates in. Over to Maddox. Bodine had come in, and that one is one of those shots that we just talked about. Okay, they got a 5-on-3. Seems like they could work the puck around and get a shot where there's nobody in front of the net. Let's try it again. Back up top to Dawson. Dawson changed spots with his brother. Maddox is going to spin around, didn't like what he saw. Up to Dawson, to Maddox, to Dawson, to Maddox. Shot, that was a screen. Maddox saw something he liked, sent back down into the corner. Maddox fishes it out. He's going to regroup. Perch takes a spot in front, up to Maddox. Maddox to Bodine, off his skate. Bodine wasn't ready. Hoyt just turns and fires one on goal. Now it's to Bodine, back to Sorensen. Sorensen back to Maddox. Maddox shot, big wide clap shot. Dawson turns, falls down. Bodine score! Bodine turns and just fires one. That looked like a busted play. A goal's a goal, but again, there was some glimpses of brilliance there, but as it is, the boys score a power play goal. Ends up on Bodine's stick, and he just turns and fires in. The goalie was on the ground, and they still have the man advantage. So 3-0 Valor lead, 4:48 left in the first period, and 56 seconds still remaining on that other penalty. So we'll get to see this PP2 unit get onto the ice. They looked great the first time they were out there. I expect nothing less this time. And hopefully Fish has fixed that equipment malfunction or whatever happened. McKinnon sends to Baker, brings it in. He's got 3 to beat, 2 to beat, 3 to beat. Just can't bring that in through 3 guys on the power play when there's 4 guys waiting to come back into the zone. Now here comes Bevan. Bevan tries to get it in and he sends it in. They're on the chase. Let's see if they can organize it. Send all the way back around. This should do it. Tarbert. Oh, in. Tarbert keeps it in. Good job. Sends it back up. Now let's see if they can organize. They sure do. Bevan turns, leaves it for Tarbert. Now the boys got to set up. Good cross-ice pass to deep. Deep Baker in front looking for the deflection. Good try there. Good move there, and that doesn't fit in. And now it's kicked out at 6 versus 6. Good back check by Deep, and that's a penalty on Deep. Maybe they're getting him at a slash or something. Baker's going to go for the touch-up, and he gets the touch-up. I think they're calling Deep on a high stick, which, again, it's kind of an unnecessary penalty when there's 3 defenders back. But stick just got up a little bit high, and now we'll get to see the boys go 4-on-4. Oh no, this is a full power play, so we get to see the PK unit with Maddox and Hoyt working. So this tandem, man, did we have some good PK action last year with the boys, and that is just turns and fires by the Miners. And that trip has no penalty called. Hoyt looked back to see if it was a penalty. It wasn't. Maddox gets there. Now the boys have some speed. Maddox flips it up. Backhand. Oh, it's knocked down by that big number 9. And they get it in. Rimmed all the way back around. Oh, weird bounce. That McKinnon gets turned up, but he stays with it, and he's going to turn and fire it down. 1:30 left in this PK. See if the Miners can organize now. Get some new killers on the ice. We got Dawson now working with Bodine, and Foy's working with Gogol. Good job by Gogol to seal him up, and Bodine blows a tire. Oh no, it looks like he lost a blade. Oh, and not so sure what happened there. I think one of Bodine's blades came off. We'll have to find the blade, maybe go back to the equipment room, and hopefully they can get that sorted out. I think those things should just pop quickly in and out. Hopefully it's not a broken skate. It's one thing to break a stick and you lose 400. New skates are about 1,000, so hopefully it's just pop that blade in. Looking down at Bauer's mom down there, she doesn't want to have to buy another $1,000 pair of skates for him, so hopefully it's just a blade that just pops right back in. Fans likes that one. So, and that's a penalty, so we'll skate 4-on-4. Sent all the way back around. Miners 4-on-4, they start to rush, and there's no ice there. Good job by Foy to get back. Doesn't quite get it deep enough into the boards. Maddox has some time, and he's got some speed. Man, the strength to get through, and he gets it off to Hoyt. Hoyt toe drags around, and he gets shoved down. Pretty good play by that kid on the back check. Now here come the Miners going the other direction, and they do not make the center line. Great call there by the ref. That kid needed one more stride and be able to push that one over the center line, and he would have avoided the icing. But as it is, it's an ice, and we'll get an ozone face-off. Again, we're skating 4-on-4. Baker is out there with Dawson. Baker tries to get it to himself. Pretty good idea. Doesn't come through, though, but you like the idea, actually. That Miner kid just battles through. Look at that, 1-on-3. Here comes number 27 on the back door, but he's not. Oh, pops out straight, but nobody was there, fortunately. And now here they do get it in. Do the Miners. King organizes back up to Dawson. Dawson cross ice to Baker. Kid dances around Baker. Dangerous stick handling there, but it works out. Shot sent back in. They can't quite organize it enough, and now here comes Baker. He's looking for some support. Tries to dance around one, but leaves it back. King's there, fortunately. Now we got the boys on the power play for 47 seconds. Send out that unit. Dawson with a big wind-up, and that'll stop the play, and we'll get the rest of that PP1 unit back onto the ice. It looks like some equipment troubles back over there. I see Hoyt getting taped up. Bodain's still back there getting, something's wrong with the blade. I'm not quite sure what happening. He has equipment malfunction. I see Fisher getting taped up, so the team, yeah, they need some trainer support there. Draws one back to Maddox. Maddox, Hoyt, Tarbert, back to Dawson. Dawson back up to Tarbert. Tarbert cross ice to Maddox. Good job by Maddox to try and keep it in, but he dives to keep it in. And now the boys are going to have to regroup. Hoyt with some speed, but he's got to get through 4. He dumps it in, gets pushed off, stays with it, sends back in. All the way around, the kid fishes it out. Now let's see if Maddox can regroup. He might catch the kids in the change. Maddox with some speed, he's got to go through 3, gets past 1, 2, doesn't get the pass through. There's Purchase, good job by Purchase. He wings it back to Hoyt, back to Purchase, turns and fires. Oh, good setup there, Sorensen to Perch, but he couldn't quite get all the wood on that one. Now it's tied up in the corner, 48 seconds left in the period. We're playing 5-on-5, so the penalty is over. Canapari rushes onto the ice, and Miners fish it out. Kid manages to squirt it out into the neutral zone, and there Maddox, he swings and big hard swing and miss on that one. Maddox leaves it for Sorensen. Sorensen tries to spin around 1, runs into 1 and can't get it in. And now here comes the Miners. Miners make the zone. Oh, good stick there by Foy to break that one up. And now the Miners trying to keep it in. Good job by Deep to rush and get there. Pops out to the middle. Good job. Oh, good job by Bevan to hold off on that pass too. That wasn't open, so he held that pass. Good work there by Bevan. Now Deep hard forecheck, 6-sack. Yeah, there we go. That'll do it for the first period. 3-0 Valor, and I still see 2 kids there down in the equipment room trying to get sorted out. I'm not so sure what happened. Is Bodain or Fisher? What's going on down there? I see them working on it. And we are back on the ice now, and looks like both Fisher and Bodain are back, so they worked with the trainer to get everything sorted out. Just a good training staff that the Valor Screaming Eagles have at their disposal, and here we go. Fisher line's back out there. Bodain battling for that puck with the new steal. There's King. King, oh, good cross ice pass. I'm not sure Maddox was ready for that one. King saw that little window and ripped it through there, but unable to connect. Let me pull up some stats from that first period. Draws one back, control, but battling with her, the Miners. Miners control back in the corner. King gives some work up top. Bodain's on the check. Good stick. MacKinnon tries to get it out. And now looks like the boys are on a PK. And a pretty unobstructed shot from the point is easily saved by Jordan. Looking at some stats from that first period, the Screaming Eagles was 17 shots on goal. The Miners had 4, and they just picked up their 5th shot there. So they certainly getting outshot. And the Screaming Eagles have been all over them now. Good work by the boys. Baker lines out there now, draws one back, but the Miners get there first. It looked like that was Gogo try to get it out of the zone, but it's sent back in by the Miners. Miners come out with some angst here. Stick handle one, Baker breaks it up, it's at his feet, he didn't see it. Good stick work there, but the Miners come out with it. Goes for the wraparound, wobs out, good stick by Baker. Shot saved, Jordan, holy moly. This looks like a different Miners team. They have come out with some pressure, and now we'll go for another change. So 53 seconds into this period, it has been all Miners. Canapari line comes out there with Maddox doing double duty. Canapari deep and Maddox Charles. We're trying that stretch pass. Oh, it's gloved down by the Miner, and they're going to send it in. Delayed offsides. They touch up. Maddox going to try it again. Good off the dasher to Deep. Deep gets the trailer Canapari, but he gets tied up, and that's a penalty, and we'll get to see the boys go on a power play again. So 15:49 left, just into the second period. Deep gets hauled down, so he takes that penalty earlier, but then he draws a real nice penalty. And we'll get to see the boys go on the PP, and if nothing else, some good practice. Like to see some good puck movement here and taking the best shot, not just a shot. Fisher in a circle, clean win back to Maddox. He's had some time. Sends up to Bodine. Bodine goes for the give and go. That doesn't work. Maddox has some space. Back to Dawson. Dawson to change plays. Back to Dawson. Dawson down low to Bodine. Bodine winds back around the net. Good pass there to Sorensen. Oh no, Sorensen saw something like but fanned on that pass. A little bit better puck movement by the boys there, trying to set it up for that pass, for that shot that they wanted. Now we got three boys on the break. Maddox over to Bodine. He's got some space. Makes the zone, leaves it for Dawson. Dawson has some time. Good cross-ice pass, doesn't connect, and now that kid could have gone the other direction. Jordan's there. He'll stick it down. There's Bodine back there to cover. He's got one forechecker, and he's going to send it back around. Maddox misses it. Sorensen, oh no, Sorensen leaves it for Maddox, but that puck sticks. Now we're going the other way. That puck is sticking back to Bodine. Kicks it up to himself. He makes the zone. Nope, that's Dawson. Now it's back to Maddox. Maddox gets tripped, and that is a penalty. Now we'll get to see the boys go on the 5-on-3. Wow, and that kid skates straight to the box. And we'll get to see a 5-on-3 action with this PP2 unit, and I'm looking forward to watching this. Man, did they have some great puck movement last time. Baker manning this one, working with Purchase and Tarbert. Deep and McKinnon, the lone defenseman. Oh no, good clean win by Baker, but nobody was there. Jordan comes way out to play it. He's going to backhand it. McKinnon through the neutral zone. He makes the zone, stutters, sends it back up top. Now the boys need to set it up. McKinnon has some time. Shot, and just as I talked about what good puck movement they had, McKinnon with a sharp angle shot from the side with no screen. Baker, I'm seeing the replay. Baker gloved that one down pretty good and dropped it, but there was swinging and swatting right in front of the net. One will watch the PP1 unit go to work. Good puck movement there. There's Hoyt. Oh, almost a good play there by the boys. Good work there. I think that Bodine went up top off the crossbar. Shot, oh, good deflecting attempt there too. So that's a little bit better, working the puck around the perimeter until they get the shot I want. I'll never question Maddox shot there from those. Big shot, big hard shot, and actually the zone player got in the way with the deflection. 6 seconds in the two-man advantage, and then we'll go back on a one-man advantage for a little more than a minute. Draws one back, but good job keeping it in as Maddox. Maddox works the play. The killer comes back. Now they got 4-on-5. to Bodine. Bodine tries a shot, deflection, doesn't make it through. Sorensen's going to regroup, but doesn't get it out there. Bodine, he's got 2 to beat. Good job breaking that up. Bodine's got some time, he's got some space. See if he sees something he likes. Makes the zone to Fish. Fish up to Bodine. Oh, not a bad play, but not quite able to organize that. Good thought there by Fish to get it back to Bodine, but there's only 2 of them in the zone. You might want to wait for the rest of the gang to arrive. 38 seconds left in the man advantage. Much better puck movement there in that power play, though. Good to see the boys working around the perimeter. Purchase with a good, clean win. Back to MacKinnon. MacKinnon dances, makes some room, walks the blue line. Shot into that kid's jersey, makes it through. Now we're getting back to MacKinnon like they're playing catch. MacKinnon, oh, and then he got stood up. Reverse check by MacKinnon. Good one, Baker. Oh, good try by Baker to Purchase. Good pass along the ice. Just out of Purchase's stick, though. Couldn't quite make it. 11 seconds left, maybe one last rush. MacKinnon makes the zone, sends it all back down in. Perch gives chase. There's the goalie, rims it along. Deep is there, gets tied up. Back to Purchase, needs some support, gets it. Good job by Deepy. Go, and it just squeezes out. Pretty bad bounce right to Dawson. Dawson's gonna regroup. Spin around, good work there. Fakes, goes one direction and gets tied up. Can't make it through everybody. Gogo comes through with some steam. He bounces off one kid, sends him down, but he is tied up. No penalties though, and here comes the Miners, and that's deflected up, and that will not be enough for icing. Gogo's gonna gather it up. He sends it all the way up to Canapari. Good idea. Canapari gives chase with Bevan with the support. Bevan ends up with it. He's got Maddox lurking in the center. Bevan, good stick work, takes on 2, spins around 2, back to Charles. Charles goes back to Bevan. Now the boys, oh no, didn't come out. I thought that Foy took that out of the zone. It's like the puck is sticking over there on that side of the ice, though. I've seen a few times where the puck sticks. Maddox, oh, good speed, makes a corner. Oh my goodness gracious, what a move by Maddox. Goalie was splayed out, and somehow he's not able to just stuff that one in. Maybe we'll see a replay of that at some point. Oh my goodness gracious, almost an own goal deflection. Everybody was frozen, and we watched in slow motion as that puck went right by the goalie and hit the goalpost. Holy cow. Couldn't imagine if that was like for the state game winner and everyone held their breath when that puck slowly went by. Goalie went one way, and oh my goodness. That could have been a travesty, but a good win by Baker. Back to MacKinnon, keeps it in. Oh, sends it back to MacKinnon. There's Baker battling for it again. Sends it back off the ice, but I think he thought that that was Dawson. I think he thought Dawson was going to cover, and Dawson didn't. Hoyt's back to wearing the bubble cage. I thought he was in the regular, so I can't tell if it's Hoyt, Dawson, or Maddox now, but now we go back the other direction. Good stick. I think that is Dawson. And now Miners turns, fires. King gets in the way of that one. That puck is definitely sticking on that side of the ice. It sticks right into the goalie who makes a save. Holy moly. Habakost with the save there. Canapari line is out there now. Canapari is working with Purchase. Now they're changing the lines up again. Canapari working with Purchase. That puck is kept in. King circles back around. Cross to deep, cross ice to Purchase, and that puck is sticking again. It's not, I don't know, maybe the puck is warm. Sent in, delay, the boys touch up, and they do. 10:27 left in the second period. Good job by Canapari keeping it in. Now dances around a couple, does this Minor kid shot. Habakost with a save, puck's loose. And penalty is called on Miners for interference, and my apologies, that is Habakost in net, not Lucas Jordan. I had it right the first time. I think the number was off, which is what threw me off. All right, so wow, the boys are certainly getting a chance to practice the power play here. Some really good puck movement that last time, so let's see if they can work the puck around and get the right shot this time. Couple of late ads from the Miners. 10:15 left in the second period, and the boys go on the power play again. So the Miners are taking all kinds of penalties, sent all the way back around, but there's Bodine to gather it up. Back to Maddox. Maddox to Hoyt. Hoyt goes for the shot. Back to Dawson. There's Bodine. He has some time. Up to Maddox. Maddox back to Bodine. Cross ice. Oh, good stick by the kid to get in the way of Hoyt. Hoyt's going to regroup. He's got Dawson cross ice. Oh, Dawson and Bodine were there. Good stick by the Miner. Dawson spins around, gets in the way of Bodine. Dawson up to Maddox. Clicks it over to Bodine. Bodine's got some time there. He tries Hoyt again. And that one is shot way wide directly, like he was aiming for Dawson, and he hit him. Bodine passes back up to Maddox. We'll try it again. This is some good puck movement here to Bodine. Bouncing puck. He settles it down. Back to Dawson. Sent all the way back around. Now Hoyt's going to try it. He gets it to Dawson. Dawson chips it back to Maddox. Dances around one. Goes low to Sorensen. Sorensen regroups, goes for the wraparound. Puck is wide. Wow, good puck movement here. Bodine has some time. Sends it back to Gabe. Gabe, oh my goodness gracious. Questionable pass up to Maddox, who was not open. Good speed. Good body by Maddox to body that kid off. What a play. Now Maddox has some space. He's got Sorensen with them, and they certainly have numbers. That's a 4-on-2. Sorensen to Bodine in the slot. Fans on the shot and sends it right into the kid's skate. A 4-on-2, and that was the best effort. Maddox turns, fires it right back down in. Now they going the other way. Holy moly, some loose play here. They try and clear it. They aren't able to clear. The deflection nullifies that play. Holy cow, it's left, and the PP1 unit is still out there. Sends it up to Bodine. This unit's been on the full 2 minutes. Cross ice to Dawson. The boys make the zone, sent back down into the corner. Baker gives chase. The 2 unit is finally on, up into the netting. Holy cow, those boys were on the ice for a minute and 45 of that. Some good puck movement there. Good scoring opportunities. Some good sticks by the Miners in the passing lanes, though. Every time they had a good open, you see what they're trying to do. When the Miners overloaded on that side, they're trying to go cross ice to Hoyt with the stick, and good shot deflection, and that one's MacKinnon. Good hard shot from the point, and now it kicks out to the middle. There's MacKinnon again with it. Chipped in by Purchase, and he now gives chase. Kept in by King. Tarberts keeps it in. And now the Miners are going the other direction. Passes a little bit out of his reach, and he'll send it back in, and that's a shot. And Habakost makes the save from the blue line special. Shots are 26-9, so Screaming Eagles certainly with the advantage on shots. And good job. Habakost's been up to the test whenever he's shot on him. Fishback around by MacKinnon to King. King looking for a stretch pass, and he just turns and fires it down the ice for an ice. I think he wants that one over again. Not sure if he saw somebody streaking or didn't like what it was, but he just turned and fired it like he was on the penalty kill, actually. Try the Canapari line, and Canapari is out there with deep. And Mattis Charles joins this line. Canapari sends it back down to Maddox. He's looking for that streak. Oh, and there was deep on that streak play. Intercepted. They're going to work on that. They should have it dialed in by the time Chassa comes around, which is actually right around the corner. But first things first, deep down in the corner. Boys overskate that one. MacKinnon turns and goes the other direction, back up to Maddox. Kicks it up like passing, attempted pass to Canapari. Maddox, good job, eyes in the back of his head, avoids a hard hit. Circles up to Deep. Deep sends it back down into the corner. Miners give chase. That's Deep still working on it. Miners going the other direction with some speed and some numbers. Good back check by Maddox, both sides of the ice. Foy plays it up to Canapari, who gives it back to Maddox, and Maddox gonna turn and fire it around. Good job by Deep to get it out of the zone, and he now gives chase at the end of this shift. Boys have been out there for a while. 6:37 left. Miners get it out, but there's Foy to corral the puck. Good cross-ice pass to Canapari, who's going to flip it in, and they'll spin off for a change. Those boys were out there for a while. Now here comes the Miners. Baker lines on. Kid loses momentum. Oh, Joey, I think he saw a good lane there. Now we got Hoyt. Dawson. Oh, good little chip pass up to Hoyt. Just out of his reach. Good shot by Baker to get one on net, actually. I didn't think he had an angle, but good shot, and that goalie had to make a save. So good play by Joey at the very end. Didn't look like he had anything there. Yeah, good play. You can see on the replay that goalie paddled it out to the side, and Baker was there to try and chop one into the net. Draws one by the Miners, sent back down in. Dawson looks for somebody, he finds Gogol up on the point. Gogol D to D to Foy, deflection wide. Sorensen gets bodied up into the boards, and now the Miners are going the other direction. They make the zone. Good stick by that kid to get around, but he can't get around them all. Baker, good, oh, I thought he was gonna hit that streaking Sorensen. And Miners make the zone. They stop, send it back down in, back behind the goal. Foy's working back behind, and now Baker comes out with it. 5:28 left. And here, oh, Baker gets tripped up. Good job drawing a penalty. Holy cow, that is, I gotta look at how many penalties that is for these Miners. Every time I look up, they're taking a penalty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 7 penalties, and I think this will make the 8th penalty after this one gets called. That is 8 penalties on the Miners, and just that one penalty on Deep where his stick got up a little bit, but certainly not an egregious play. Now we'll see the PP2 unit out there. Purchase wins the draw back. There's MacKinnon, dances on the blue line, D to D pass. The Tarbert shot wide. Good job. Good screen down low by the boys. Deep has some space. Down to Bevan. He gets sealed off. Steps on a skate and falls down. Deep circles. He works it up. Back up to MacKinnon. Shot. Good job. Deflection. Good job by Purchase and Bevan right there in front with some sticks looking for the deflect. Good puck movement by the boys on this shift here. 20 seconds elapsed in the power play, so 1:40 still to go. Purchase wins another draw back to MacKinnon. MacKinnon sends it back down deep to Bevan. Bevan rims it back around to Tarbert. Gets stood up, and now one of these kids with the fluorescent pants comes out with it. And they send it in, glove down by Deep. Deep's gonna start the rush. Good, oh, that puck's behind Bevan. MacKinnon gets sealed off by a couple of defenders, and the goalie's gonna stop the play, which gives them a chance to get some new legs on the ice for both sides. Well, they're certainly getting their power play practice here, are the first line and the second line, and it's good to watch these boys work. Fisher wins the draw. Sorensen back to Bodine. Oh my goodness gracious, Bodine got lucky there. Tried to pass it back to Maddox, goes through 3 kids, back to Bodine. Bodine down low to Dawson. Good cross-ice pass. Oh my goodness, I saw exactly what Hoyt was looking at. Just did not connect with that sharp angle shot. Good shot there by Hoyt. Goalie leaves it for Maddox. Now the boys are gonna practice the zone entry. Maddox seems to make that pretty easily. No trouble making it in. Now he sets it up. Maddox with some time sends it all the way back down to Bodine. Bodine circles back around, spins around. He has some space. Gets through one. Back to Maddox. To Dawson. Maddox. Cross ice to Hoyt. Bodine in the bumper. Shot 3 feet wide. Miners able to get it out. That's the play to Bodine in that bumper position, but That is just shot way too wide. There's Dawson up to Bodine. Tries to Fish. Oh, good shot idea there by Fish, but another good stick by the Miners. So they've been pretty good on this PK. Sent down deep by Maddox. It looks like the boys are going to spin off for a change. Oh, Hoyt sends it up to MacKinnon. I don't think he was ready for that one. Bevan's on the ice. We're caught between the PP and another line. Miners, good menacing by Bevan. Bevan finally gets the best of it. I think that's Fisher still working on the ice, and he's going to dump it down in, and he's going to go for a change. Deep gives pressure on the forecheck. Bevan sealed off, but good job by Canapari, who joined the play and kept it in. Back to Canapari through his legs. Miners have had enough. Oh no, it just bounces over Kings, and he needs to skate faster than that to get back to the puck, but Deep was the first one there. MacKinnon leaves it back for himself. Thought he had some support. MacKinnon with some speed. Kids are flat-footed. MacKinnon, good speed, gets around one. Got an avenue, good pass, but oh, Canapari had just gotten a little bit too deep. That was Bevan, it was a little bit too deep. Bevan turns, low shot, deflected wide. Good hard work by MacKinnon to get it in, and there it's kept in by Canapari. Back to Deep, goes to the one-timer, is blocked. Dawson ends up with it. He tries to stick through a couple of kids, and the Miners have seen enough, but that one's on goal, so no ice. 1:50 left. Stretch pass by the goalie, Habakost, up to Dawson. Oh, good idea, and that was, I think that was Tarbert on the back door, and Dawson looked up and tried to get it over in a last-minute stick by the Miner, and it didn't make it through. Pretty good sequence by the boys there on that rush. Baker out there now with Tarbert and Dawson. Dawson tries to control it, but the Miners come out with it, and they start the rush. Good stick there by Foy, who was caught a little bit between no man's land, but he sticks it out of the way, and now the boys will start the rush. Dawson goes over his stick. The Miners try and keep it in. They're working on the side there. Sticked out by now Gogol makes it, and he's going to send it back down around. Miners get there first. Good pressure. Good shot by Tarbert to keep it up, and there's Foy, spins off one. Dawson makes the zone. He's got Baker. Oh, he could not. Didn't look like he had a passing avenue to get it to Joey, so he tried the shot, maybe looking for a deflection. Yeah, that kid had the passing lane covered. Joey was open, but there was no pass to get it to him. Pretty good play by that defender to clog up that passing lane. 59 seconds left in period 2, and there have been no goals scored yet this period after the Screaming Eagles put up 3 that first period. Oh, that was like a set play there by Fish, and now the Miners are going to spin back around. I'm not sure about this play, but now they seem to organize something, and that's a hand pass. I didn't understand that. That kid had the rush going, and he stopped and regrouped. .46 seconds left in the second period. Then we'll get to see an ice make. Fish wins the draw. Chipped all the way back to Maddox. Maddox tried that shot. A couple kids go down. Bodine goes down, gets pushed off, and now that's sent all the way back down. I think that's an ice. It is an ice. So 30 seconds left before the ice make. Pretty even period, actually. Ballers had their opportunities, but not scored any goals. Miners win the draw. They control it. Working on the breakout. Maddox needs some help. It's a 1-on-5. Tries to send it back into Bodine. In his feet, he kicks at it. Oh, and he's battling. And oh, good job keeping it in. Maddox comes out with it. Cross ice pass to MacKinnon. Kiddo to Maddox. deflection, but that's just chopped out with 1 second left, and that'll do it. So a couple of good ideas there, some crafty attempts by the boys, but none of them come through. And as it is, it's the same score as the end of that first period. And man, did the Miners have some penalties. They took 4 penalties in the first period, 4 penalties in the second, and the Screaming Eagles were unable to score any power play goals despite having their chances. So good work there by Habakkos in net, keeping the game scoreless. Shots are 30-10, so certainly putting it on them in the shot department, but not able to score any goals. So we will take about a 12 to 15 minute break. The boys will go back to the locker room and regroup, and we'll see you back online in about 15 minutes. Welcome back to the third period of hockey. A scoreless second period and some pretty good puck control by the Screaming Eagles. 4 power plays and unable to get it in the net, but pretty good puck movement, just unable to get it in. And let's check out those final stats. I think they are the same, with 30 shots in the first period. Second period was 13 shots to 6, but again, as aforementioned, no goals. We'll start back out with the Fisher line. Looks like all the equipment malfunctions are done with, and now we're ready to get it on. King and MacKinnon on the blue line. Back to King. King's gonna, oh, he hesitates, and that's where people go offside. He dumped in, I think, tried to hit Bodine. Wasn't able to. There's Maddox. Boys control back to Modine, but it was a little bit tight into him, and he couldn't control it. King's gonna regroup, dances with the puck a little bit. He's gonna leave it for Bodine. Bodine touch pass to Fish. Fish makes the center line and sends it down in. Now the boys will give chase, rimmed back around. Miners try and get it out, and they dump it out, but not able, into MacKinnon's stomach. Sent back down to Bodine. Bodine cross ice to Maddox. Maddox, good chip up to Gabe, and he does not have his stick on the ice and does not corral that puck. He bounces off one to Maddox. Maddox, close quarters. Puck loose, now it's back to Maddox. Bodine hanging out in the center, waiting for the puck to pop out, and it does, but it's with a Miner. Now the Miner has some speed, gets around Bodine. The Miner comes in, shot directly into Havikos. Pretty good play by that Miner kid to go the length of the ice. Brings it all the way back up and in, and now we'll have a D-zone face-off. So at the beginning of the game, the Eagles put up 3 quick goals, thought it might be a blowout. But Miners, good job clogging up the zones on the passes and what have you. And now they send it back in, back behind the net. Foy comes away with it, up to Sorensen. Sorensen's got numbers, he's got Baker with him, sends it up to Baker. Baker with a step. Oh, good shot, tried to go high in that corner. Good shot by Joey, tried to pick that little sharp angle corner that was open, sent back down in by Foy, but he doesn't get it deep enough. A Miner dances around a couple guys, still working, can't dance around everybody. Now it's set up to Sorensen. Sorensen's got a step, he's got Dawson with him. Sorensen goes around one, good move, tries to tuck it back in short side, good play, but he's unable to circle it back around and get that shot off. Dawson loses one, tries to get it down deep to Baker, who's still working back there. Baker, good work back behind the net, but needs some support, somebody to pass to. He spins out wide, all the way back up top to King, but King could not keep it in, and that's going to go all the way back down. Havikos will play that, play it back up to deep. Boys have gone for a change deep. Pass gets into the stick of that Miner. This kid's open, number 6, shot save. Havikos, his first real hard test of the game maybe. Good save there by Havikos, and that puck pops out to MacKinnon. With some speed and strength up to the side. He got 4 kids on him, pops all the way up. There's deep. Take it down that corner. Miners are gonna get to it. Now Canapari gives chase, and there's Maddox who joins, and touch pass, and Miners are going the other direction. Good back check by Maddox. He intercepts. The kid didn't see him. Maddox breaks it to himself. Stop, change the direction, and that kid wasn't fortunate. That kid was lucky he didn't have any speed, because Maddox suspected him to burn right by, but that kid just kept at this normal speed, which was slow. But now this other kid tries to get past Jack, speaking of fast, and he can't get past MacKinnon. Now we're going the other direction, deep to Canapari, tries to spin it through that kid's legs, but doesn't make it through. It's clogged up in the neutral zone. Several kids give it, play it sent all the way across ice, and there's Foy with a stick to break it up. Deep leaves it for King, spins off it. And now the Miner sends it in. Eagles have come out a little bit slow here, watching some pucks. Puck rolls along the glass. Kid sends it down in deep. Good stick by Canapari. They're still out here working. Puck's underneath the Miner. Half the teams are there clogged up in the corner. Still clogged up. 13 minutes left in the period. Boys have been out there for a while. Probably need to get some new skaters on the ice. To the Miners. Tough time to change, but the Miners send it in. Havikos leaves it for Gogol. Gogol flips it back up into the... I'm not so sure what happened there. Had plenty of time, and I think he tried to pass it over to Foy, but took a weird bounce somehow. I don't know if it got clogged up against the boards or what, but that draws one by Purchase. I think he's won all of his draws tonight. Good job in the faceoff circle, but pops up top to the Miner. Tarbert comes out, gives him some bother. There's Purchase battling a good last-second swipe to get it to Tarbert. Now look at the boys with the numbers. A big wall of Eagles comes shooting through. Shot on net, looking for a deflection, but man, there was like 4 Eagles advancing. The Miners are now going the other direction. Good stick there by Perch, but the kid gets by. Now the Miners trying to assemble back in the corner, and Foy has seen enough, and he's going to send it all the way back down, and that's an ice. Well, 5 minutes or so elapsed in this first period, and no real organization or threats yet by the Screaming Eagles, but Havikos was up to the challenge of one good shot. One of those kids just popped out right to the center, unobstructed, and Havikos came out to make the save. Draws one back. There's Beaudin on the stretch. Oh, Maddox did not try and get to him, but now will send it in. Beaudin misses the deflection, and that is an ice. Those bouncing pucks are hard to get a stick on it. They tried that good long stretch pass, which typically they'll work on that as the season progresses, and by the time we're in Chassa, it seems like that's more established. Certainly a good idea to work on it now. Let's see if they try it again. Kiddo to Maddox, tries that shot to Bauer, and it doesn't connect, and now they'll send it back in. Havikos plays it back behind his own net. Oh my goodness, King turns fast band on it though. Fish just turns and fires it. This looks unorganized here, boys. Beaudin's on the forecheck. Good bother, but it does get past. There's McKinnon to wind it up and sends it right into Maddox's feet, and that bounces all the way back down into the D zone. So some pretty sloppy play here by the Eagles to get her started here. McKinnon looks for the pass up to Fish. Fish has Beaudin with him. Fish goes wide, circles around one, gets held on to. Beaudin falls down, and that is a penalty on Beaudin. A terrible play there. He didn't need to, and he falls down and trips him, and Beaudin will go to the box. Yeah, the Eagles came out of the gate fired up, scored some quick goals, and then unable to score in any of those power plays. 4 of them in the second period now have come out to this period. Certainly not firing all cylinders yet to give up any goals. Canapari is working the PK with Deep. Deep comes out to challenge. Miners set up the umbrella. D to D pass up there. Shot looking for a deflection. Doesn't make it through. Canapari gets to it. Oh, and Deep takes a face full of glove, but he bounces off that. Now the Miners will try and assemble. Pretty easy zone entry. They make it in down into the corner. They're going to try and set it up. Goes up top. Miners still work. Down low. Good save there by Havikos. Puck's loose in front. They get a whistle. That puck had squirted out to the front, dangerously loose, but they get a nice whistle. 1:18 left in the penalty kill. We'll get to see, looks like Bevan and Tarbert, the forward PK. McKinnon and King matched up on defense. Draws one back, but it's controlled by the Miners. Puck's loose there. looked like Havikos had a play on that. Not so sure what happened. It was a good face-off win, but nobody was there. Puck was loose. Havikos went out to play it, and that kid just banged it through. And just like that, it's 3-1. So terrible. Beaudin takes a terrible penalty. And that kid is right there to bang that home. 3-1. And that's get what you get when you lay off the gas and let teams back in it. This team, good win over Stars. And here they come again. They make it through. Shot good. Save by Havikos. That kid was going wide. And Havikos was up for the occasion. Had to stop. That could have been devastating. 2 goals like that. Baker with it. Good backhand to Dawson. Goes cross ice to Hoyt. Connects. Baker makes a front. Good pass. Oh no! Good pass by Hoyt up front to Joe, but maybe off of his skate. Couldn't quite corral that puck. And now the Miners are going the other direction with numbers. 3-on-2. Good job by King stepping up and breaking up that play. Great defensive play by King there. Up to Hoyt. Hoyt changes direction, tries to skate it out. It doesn't work, but Baker does get it out. Now it's regrouped and passed all the way back. And now it's up to Dawson. Dawson turns and fires a pass back to Sorensen, but nobody was there. And now we're going back the other direction. Pretty quick play. Boys are back, chopped at by Google, but doesn't quite get out of the zone. Kept in. That kid was wide open back behind Floyd, but fortunately it was off a skate, didn't make it that deep. Miners come out with some aggression here. Change back up to Beaudin. Backhand pass up to Baker. These guys are tail end of a shift and they have no legs. Gogol just turns, sends it in. Now the Miners make the zone. Now they have some strength and some will to get this going. Now let's see if we can go the other direction. 3-on-2 numbers. Beaudin pass does not make it through. Goes the other direction now, back going the other way. Miners down in the corner, centering pass does not connect. King swings at it, he gets it back up, doesn't go all the way out. Now it's just going back and forth. A lot of expended effort, and that might be an ice. No, icing is waved off. 8:07 left in the third period. The Miners have certainly outplayed the Screaming Eagles this period. Let's see if this line has the desire to score some insurance goal. Tarbert goes on the forecheck. Good job by Bevan intercepting. Shot doesn't make it through. That goalie was not ready either, but Bevan could not get the shot through. Miners try and play it up. It's played back to the goalie by MacKinnon. Havikos has to shovel it back aside. MacKinnon turns, fires, bank shot off of Bevan. Purchase up to Tarbert. That's out of his reach, but the goalie comes out to play it. Corrals it in, and that will be some stoppage. 7:30 left, third period. Wow, furious action back and forth, but nothing to show for it. Except a goal by the Miners. Purchase in the face-off circle, and a false start by the Miners. Perch with another win, back to Tarbert. Oh, Tarbert didn't have much to shoot at, but he gets a good shot. Good play there by the boys there. Perch with a nice win over to Tarbert and a very sharp angle shot. I think he tried to go that little short side in between the body and the post, but not much space, but he sure gave it his all to try and get it through there. Good job keeping it in as Perch battling 1-on-2. Purchase comes out with it, and he gets dumped. Good job. He needed some support. Purchase one-man show back there. Now here come the Miners going the other direction. Kid goes back through his legs, gets stood up by Gogol, slapped out, but kept in by the Miners. And now that one's finally outside. Now they're going to play it up and sent back in by Tarbert. The boys will go for a change. Bevan on the forecheck gets tripped up. Now he's going to have to regroup, go the other direction. Sorensen's on. Sorensen's working with Baker. They need to complete this change. Oh no, it would have come to Baker and he would have had some space, but the last stick broke it up. Bevan's still on the ice. I think he needs to get off. Backhanded up to Joe. He tries to chip it up to himself, unable to. The Miners keep the pressure on. Pops out to Baker, tries to, well, he does get it up to Dawson, a little bit of a tangle up, but now he's going the other direction. Tries to squeeze it up to Sorensen. Baker backhands it up, keeps it in. They have numbers. Baker, oh, he tried that backhand pass to Sorensen, but another Miner stick in the way. It's the right idea, but man, these Miners have some good stick play. Sticks have been clogging up zones. Reminds of what like the Monarch team does and some of these other teams with the good sticks, and the goalie will cover that up. 5:58 left, third period. Wow, some back and forth action. Nothing's able to connect, but good hard battling by the Miners, and the Screaming Eagles were up for the defensive challenge. See if they try to stretch play on this. Draws one back. There's MacKinnon back to Maddox. Bodain's back. Goes after draw. He does get, oh, I thought he got a stick on it, and they're saying no. Bodain was in behind the play, and he's talking to the ref that he got a stick on it. Ref might not have seen that, and can't really fault him for that. There's two guys. They have a lot of ice to cover. 5:49 left, third period. Screaming Eagles with 3-1 lead, but the Miners are applying some pressure. Bodain bodied into the boards, but that's sent back down in. Havikas reaches up high and gloves it down. All right, we'll try this one again. These set plays working pretty good. King back to Maddox. Bodain not open. Up to Fisher, he blasts through one, but the Miners control. Good pressure by Fish to force that pass. Now the Miners have to regroup. Good work by Fisher. Miners are all caught up, and now they're going the other direction, but that big little 15 couldn't make it through big number 9. But this is some loose play now. 5:12 left in the game. Boys starting to break up, kick it up to himself. Oh, Maddox has to regroup. He's going to circle all the way back around. Makes the zone, sends it in back behind the net, and they're going to spin off for a change. Canapari line comes on. MacKinnon tries to dance it at the blue line, but it's intercepted. Spins around, does Canapari, kicks it to himself. Shot is wide. Good try though. Bevan back on the ice. Up to King. Big hard. Oh, he fans on that one. Oh my goodness gracious. He got it on a stick. He counted to 5 and he shot. You got to get that puck off as quick as you can. Canapari is going to be kicking himself for that. Oh my goodness gracious. Now the Miners are going the other direction. Number 27 with some speed. Backhand save. Havikas. Deep leads. Oh, that was a suicide pass there. Bevan could have gotten blown up by that one, but now they're going the other direction. Are the Miners chipped back in? Pressure on the Miners. Havikas with the save. Oh my goodness, that puck back there had kicked out to Canapari right there, and he just took way too long to get that shot off. Foy gets tied up. Some sticks go high, some heads fly, but everyone seems to be okay. Centering pass doesn't connect, but man, the Miners are pressed. Deep gets pushed off one. He's going to get called for a cross check. Is that number 42? And that puck is tied up. Canapari fishes it out, and Bevan just backhands it. Ay, 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 the delayed penalty. And Bevan had all the time. He might not have seen that it was a delayed penalty. Could have pulled the goalie out. So now the boys will go on yet another power play. 4 power plays in that second period and nothing to show for it. So now they're on their first power play of this third period, this 5-forward PP. You can see the boys talking. Maddox saying, you got to go over here, Bauer, do this. And now Maddox says, do that. Fish, you do this. Maddox, it looks like there's some understanding. I see some head shakes going on. So now here we go. Boys could use some insurance. Clogged up. Maddox comes out with it. He's got some time, given all that time. Cross-ice pass to Sorensen, pops over his stick. He spins around one. Oh my goodness gracious. Dawson was open for 5 seconds on that back door, but never passed it to him. Hoyt back to himself, gets a stick in the face. Hoyt leaves it back for himself, still working with it. Finally back to Dawson. Dawson back up top to Bauer. Bauer's got some time. Back down low to Dawson. Dawson bumper position. There's Fish. Sent back up. Bodine trips over. Now the Miners are going the other direction, but there's Maddox. Good play. Spins around one. Set it back up. Sends it into Fisher. He walks the zone. That could have been some interference there at the blue line, but Miners. There's Dawson. He's going to try and settle things down and organize the power play, I think. Nope, it's sent all the way back down. 57 seconds left. See if the boys try another rush. Havikos leaves it for Maddox. Maddox going to spin up. Cross ice pass up to Deep. Deep makes the zone, gets around one. Man, some guys some open, but the passes are just way too late. His head down skates on this power play. You gotta have your head up looking for the guy that's open. By the time they see the open guy, the guy's not open anymore. Dawson's gonna regroup. He stays out there, long shift. Dawson makes the zone. One of the, and that Miner is tripped. I didn't see who tripped him. Oh no, and Joey goes to the bench. Oh no, he turned and tripped. I see a replay of that. Trips that kid. Interference they call, and so we'll play 4-on-4. 1:57 left in the game. And we'll go 4-on-4 here. Purchase is out there with Bevan. 4-on-4 for a minute 40. Miners are gonna try and set it up. It's even man, boys. And they're giving the Miners all the space. Where's the pressure? It's even up. 4-on-4, it's like the boys don't know that they're on the power. That they're, oh no. No penalty is called there. Miners are still skating with it. They come out of the box. Now they're working 5-on-4. Now it's good pressure. Now they have the man advantage. Do the Miners. Shot saved by Havikos. King turns and fires it down. 1:14 left in the game, and the Miners still have that extra attacker on. Now they get some new killers on. We got Bodine working now with Dawson. Clogged up in the neutral zone is Foy. Good work there. Bodine on the forecheck. Got to pressure that puck. 56 seconds, and the Miners don't seem to be in any kind of urgency. They need to score 2 goals. And they make it the zone. Good stick there to break that up, and they do make it in. Sticks bouncing, clogging, Gogol. Stick bounces off it. Now the boys have it set up. They work the umbrella. 42. Shot, no screen or anything. That looks like one of Valor's shots on their power play. 27 seconds. Shot saved by Havikos with 23 seconds left. That was a peculiar play by the Miners. They were taking their time setting that one up like they didn't know they were down by 2 goals. As it is, 23 seconds left in the game, and the Miners do have that 2-man advantage. Sorry, they have the man advantage for 23 more seconds, but the 2-goal deficit that they have to make up, and that's a tall ask with 23 seconds left. So after coming out screaming in the first period, the Screaming Eagles have just hung out in the nest. Had the makings of a very lopsided game there after that first period, but and the Miners did a pretty good job. Is playing some good defense, but there were some positives there. One thing I really did like was the puck movement of the Screaming Eagles, but they're certainly going to have to play better than this when it comes to next weekend. And they got 2 tough tests. We'll call them the Rivals Creek, as well as playing against East, which seems to be the best team in the standings. Maybe East and Monarch. Covered up again by Havikos. 20.8 seconds left in the game. you would think that this is probably a safe victory, but of course anything could happen. Good stick there by King to break the, oh, and King takes a big, high, hard shot. Throws his stick down, but, and then the kid, and some sticks flying. I'm not so sure about that. And that kid definitely went up hard against King. King and that kid have a little of extracurricular activities. I don't think that would be offsetting penalties, but apparently not. They're going to put King in the box, I think, for unsportsmanlike. And there'll be a two-man advantage for the Miners with 9.2 seconds left in the game. So actually, no, it looks like just unsportsmanlike, so it's not a man advantage, but King will pick up a 2-minute penalty and 9.2 seconds left in the game. So barring an absolute total disaster, you got to chalk this one up for the Screaming Eagles. And the puck is clogged up, but the Miners come in off sides. Might have been a high stick there. Miners get a stick up high. Not sure about that one, but we're going to get some new skaters on the ice. 3.9 seconds left. Oh, and there is some bodies flying. I'm not sure about that. Canapari takes a face full of boards by that kid, and they should send him out, and he should definitely get a 5-minute major for that. Unnecessary boarding after the game was over. And hopefully that kid gets to sit the next game too. But as it is, it's a 3-1 win for the Screaming Eagles. And again, some real high spots there in that first period, and a little bit of stepping off the, letting off the gas rather. But it's a 3-1 win for the Screaming Eagles. And we'll see you next weekend with 2 big games on the docket for next weekend. And those game times will be next Friday, October 24th versus East here at Rink 2 at 6 o'clock puck drop. And then Saturday also against, here at Rink 2 versus Creek, Cherry Creek. So a rematch where there was a little bit of, again, extracurriculars with some unnecessary penalties towards the end of the game. But as it is, the Screaming Eagles back from a nice week rest with a victory. Some stuff to build on, but a win is a win, and we'll see you next Friday night. Good night. Okay, well, just so I'm taking them then. Okay.